Hey everyone, this is Chris from Lucky Number 9. Just wanted to show everyone my bass setup. Alright. So first off, I have my bass amp. It's a Roland Cube 100. It's 100 watts, so it's not overly powerful. But the tone is something that I really like. I've also used Marshall. I'm not sure of the model of the Marshall, but I'm not a huge fan of how it sounds. It's a lot louder, which is great if you're playing with additional guitars. But in the band that I'm playing with, Lucky Number 9, we only have another guitarist, so I don't need a crazy amount of power in order to balance everything out. So that's the bass amp. Just have a basic setup, nothing crazy. The bass synth wah by Digitech, it's just something fun to play around with. I haven't actually used it for an actual song as of yet. At some point I'll probably figure something out. My chorus pedal, so for that fun little dreamy kind of sound. I have at least a couple songs that I use that for. Got my Big Muff Pi for bass. Pretty much distortion. I used to have a Ibanez Fathead, but the thing completely died on me, so I needed something to replace it with. Doesn't have the exact sound that initially I was looking for, but once I started messing around with the settings and stuff, I was able to find something I really liked, and one of our songs actually uses that for the intro. And then just got a tuner, which also works as a kill switch, whatever, like in between songs and stuff. And when you're on stage, definitely don't want to be using like a snark or something like that, because way too much vibrations and stuff. This is my Warwick Vampire Rock bass. It's the first bass I actually got. It's also my favorite. Really like the tone. It also has a very useful bass boost on it, where I can have it all the way down, where it actually cuts quite a bit of the gain coming from the amp itself, which actually is very useful for playing like chords and stuff. Then you have your medium setting, which is pretty much the same thing as coming out of the amp. And then you have your full bass boost, which basically ups it up quite a bit, which is great for pretty much adding an extra level to it. Yeah, a little ridiculous sometimes. So this bass is my Ibanez Sound Gear. It's basically for any drop tunings, so E flat, C sharp, pretty much anything below drop D I'll typically use for this. So yeah, big thing I like about this, as opposed to just needing another guitar for alternate tunings, is it has a nice action to it when it comes to slapping and popping. nuclear green color, by the way. Got it wicked cheap. I just needed something while my Warwick was in the shop because it was out of commission for quite a bit. Digitech bass synth wah.
Oh yeah.
Boss Super Course.
Yep.
Electro Harmonics.
Big Muff Pie for the bass.
There's a song, Even Now, where I actually use the chorus of those stretched together. My messenger bag, Fox Sounds from Metal Gear Solid. It's basically, I mean, it's empty right now, but pretty much I have like put my cables and stuff in there, my pedals, random stuff. I usually use like 1mm. I mean, it's a little bit under, but it's still pretty firm. I usually use, doesn't need to be the Turtles, but usually Dunlop or whatever. Not really picky, as long as it's got that that kind of finish to it, where it's not gonna come off my hand really easily or whatever, especially with like sweating and stuff on stage. Cool. Yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing else to mention. Yeah, I mean, depending on which bass I'm using, which effects, the song, sometimes I'll play fingerstyle, sometimes I'll slap and pop, sometimes I'll use a pick. Yeah, I mean, it all depends. I don't have a particular style that I stick to. I would say that I probably use a pick more than often. But yeah, it all depends on what I'm playing. Sometimes I like to play some really soft stuff, sometimes some really heavy stuff, as long as it sounds good and something I can get into. Anyways, this is Chris from Lucky Number 9, and hopefully there will be some more of these. Okay, I'm done.